Hey, what's up guys, this is the Brandon Central. Today I'm doing a video for you guys. So today I'm going to be reviewing this keyboard. This is my favorite keyboard. I've had 3 keyboards so far, and this one definitely is my favorite. This is the Razer Chroma V2 Tournament Edition. The Tournament Edition is smaller, that's why it's kind of compact. There's no number pad, but if you did just get the Razer Chroma V2, then you would have the number pad. I mean, some people like that. I don't really like it. I think it's too long. But it also came with this wrist rest. I think that this is really comfortable. It takes a bit to get it. It takes a bit of time to get used to it because it's kind of higher up. So your wrists. Hold on, let me move this over. So your wrist kind of sits up higher than usual. So you had it down here, but it is way softer than being on like a mouse pad or something like that. So if you're typing or if you're if you don't need to like tilt your keyboard, if you're just doing anything normal besides gaming where you don't need to tilt your keyboard a ton, then this is great. But I mean, if you do try and give your keyboard a little bit of a tilt, then it's easier just to kind of take that off. But sorry, let me talk about the other keyboards I had before this. So I had 2 Amazon keyboards. The first keyboard I ever had was this white one with a silver backplate. It had blue LEDs and it was really loud. So this one, these are yellow switches. I think I could pop, yeah, there. I could probably just pop them there. So these are the Razer yellow switches. I don't know what they are in the Cherry MX, but there's no click. You can only hear them whenever they bottom out. So like, there's no what would it be, like the activation click? While on this one, I thought these are the browns. These are Cherry MX browns, and they're like bumpy. Does that make sense? They're like heavy, but there isn't a activation click. So this, I mean, I like this keyboard, but it's not my favorite. I like the other one better. This is a 60% keyboard. It's way smaller than I would like. I mean, I like bigger keyboards, just because, like, I don't know, there's something about it. I feel like it's too small when you get into the 60% keyboard range. And I mean, this isn't even a 60% keyboard. This is like almost a 60%. A real 60% keyboard, I think, doesn't even have the F1s. It's like escape, 1 to plus here, and I'm sorry. You know what I'm trying to say, not 1 to 10, but you have your 1 key all the way up to the enter key, I guess. Or is that back? That's the backspace, that's the enter, huh? Okay, well, anyways. I like this keyboard better just because of the size. So, the Tournament Edition is going to be smaller than the normal one. The normal one would have the number pad. But, that other keyboard I had, I think it was, I don't know what the brand was, but it was some Amazon keyboard for like 30 bucks. This one I think is 45. But both of those are nowhere near as good as this one. I definitely like this one way better. But so I mean, if I spam the keys a bit, you're definitely gonna hear it. Like, you can still hear it. It's not silent, but it's way better than the blue switches I had, where it was like click. It would click every time you pressed a key in. I mean, I was like, oh, I want a clicky keyboard. That'll be satisfying. And then I was like, now that I make YouTube videos, or if I ever record gameplay, all you hear is the keyboard in the background. But yeah. So another feature about this that I like is that it has adjustable risers on the feet that just kind of flip up on the bottom. So I used to play with these flipped up, but it's like really high. I don't know. It's not my preference, I guess. But I mean, if you put them down, it's still angled. Oh, sorry. It's still angled. I like this angle, the way it's angled here. It's not flat, like it's not completely flat, but I think I already went over the wrist rest, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. So it's really soft and squishy. I like it, but it pushes it's really puffy, so it makes your wrist kind of be above where the keys are, so it's kind of odd, kind of awkward, but you have to get used to it. I mean, once I got used to it, it was easy, but I kind of like just without it. But then it does make it a little easier to type because your hands are kind of above the keys. The last thing I wanted to say was the lighting. Yeah. Okay, so if I show you my computer here, I'll try and open up Razer Synapse. This is the software. Corsair. What's there? They don't use IQ. IQ is for my mouse. I think no. Yeah, IQ is Corsair. Sorry. The Model O has its own, the glorious one. Okay, so IQ would be like the not the driver, but like the module, I guess, for lighting. So that's how I change my fans. But if I want to change the keyboard color, I have to come into here, Razer Synapse. So you just download it from their website, update it. I mean, there's not a lot of frequent updates, but it'll usually do it by itself. Where's the? I think is it keyboard? No, I have to click on the keyboard. Oh, whoa. Okay. So I always turn gaming mode off because it disables my Windows key, and I usually use that to like get out of the game and everything. I use it to like close the game and then open up something else because I can't like just hit the. It's hard for me to just hit the minimize and then open it back up, especially if I play in full screen, because then sometimes I get glitches. So I just press the Windows key. But then if you go to lighting. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find where I can where it shows me how to individually change each key, because I did it once and then I never changed it again. So I haven't I haven't figured that out. Advanced effect. Oh, it's Chroma Studio. Here we go. Okay. So in here, okay, it's teaching me skip tutorial. You can make each individual key a different color, except for the space and the function key. But, like, this is what the lighting effect is that I have my keyboard set to. Blues and purple. And then if you look at my keyboard, that's what it looks like. So I have my WASD in a light blue, and then everything else is purple. Then at the top, I kind of alternate between light blue and dark blue. And then, I mean, that kind of matches my fans, because the fans are like a pinkish purple. But I do like that feature a lot, that you can do each individual key. But then there also are like effects. Like I could do this colorway and then make it breathing, or make it ripple, where like you press a key and then it all, like, the lights just ripple through the whole keyboard. So that's really cool. I never really browsed through these other tabs at the top, like macro. I guess macros, you can make your keybinds and stuff. Like, what is it? That's for, like, the RPG? No. Not for the role-playing games. Like, the, what's it called? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. There's the one game where, like, you have all your different moves. So, like, let's say you press F7. That's your, shift 1 plus 3 or something like that. I don't know what the game is. I don't play it, but that's what it was, that's what it's made useful for. If you have a keybind that's, like, multiple keys, for like an attack, then you can just press one button. Like you could be like, oh, I need to do attack number 6. So you go in there and you can make the macro, or if you want to like make this is useful for, because that's the same software they use for their mouse, their mice, I guess, their mouses. So if I wanted to make a macro like with my old mouse, the Logitech one, I had the G502, I would have to like macro and like keybind these to the F buttons, because when I went into the game and I just like pressed the side buttons, the game didn't recognize it. So I went into their software and then I binded these to the macros of like F5 and F6, something I wouldn't really use. And then when I went in the game, it worked. So if you have a Razer mouse and that was your problem, then I mean, I think they do it for you, because like with a lot of mice and a lot of the fancy mouses that you can buy, they're like they have it already set, and then you can change it manually if you do want to. But yeah, sorry, I don't know how I'm talking about my mouses, and it's a keyboard video, so I'm just gonna finish the video here. I love the keyboard. Favorite keyboard. It was the first keyboard I bought after the what was it? I don't remember the name. The full-size keyboard that was from Amazon that was $30. I bought that one. Then I bought this one. And then after that, I bought this other one, which I totally forgot about. It was like $40, and it was a full-size keyboard. And it had brown switches. I wanted to test out brown switches. So I got that keyboard, and I did not like it at all. It was kind of bad. Then I bought this one, which, I mean, it was okay. I probably like this one the best out of all those 3 Amazon keyboards. I have a review on this if you want to see it. I think its title is the E-Element Z88. I think that's where I got that name from. It's from that keyboard. But yeah, so I definitely recommend this keyboard. It is a little pricey. It's like $140. But if you compare this to like the upper higher end Logitech ones, I'm not sure which ones are better. I know some people like Razer, some people like Logitech, some people like Corsair. I think they're all very similar. I just got the Razer one because that's what I was familiar with. My friend had a Razer keyboard, he liked it. But then my friend said that his brother got a Razer keyboard and he hated it. So it's really personal preference. I think it also depends on the switches. These switches are not hot swappable, so you kind of get what you get. But these ones are hot swappable. So that's kind of why I got this. I was going to experiment. You could just pop the switches out and change them. Oh, these are reds? Oh, yeah. These are similar to the browns. They aren't the real cherry reds. Because they're like the knockoff ones from Hujo or E-Element or whatever the company is that made that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a bit long, but I did make a review when I first opened up the keyboard, but this is a review like a year after. So I'm going to upload this one too, and I'll probably link the review in the description too if you want to see that first one that I made. But see you guys in the next video.